Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another episode of It's About Time. So, today, what we're going to get into, it's kind of interesting. We were just discussing this before the episode. What does a skeleton watch mean? What does an open heart watch mean? What's an exhibition caseback versus a closed caseback?
All good questions, Jared.
I
have one for you as well.
Oh, really?
What's on the wrist?
What's on the wrist?
Go ahead.
Well, let's see. Guys, it's no surprise. Literally, in my entire life, and out of the entire time that you guys have known me.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, that doesn't sound it, does it? It just started, too.
Jeez.
Dogs barking, like yelping in the background.
Easy, Adam, easy.
So, in my entire existence as loving watches and everything, I don't think that I've ever worn a watch this long, this consecutive, loving it as much as I do, and just, right? I don't think so.
This has got to be up there.
It's a record.
For
No, by far.
Longest.
Not even the Orient that I ever wear for this long.
Probably not.
And no. Alright, so guys, no surprise here.
He's like a watch whore.
It's the Gucci G Timeless. I don't know if you guys could see it, whatever it is, but if you can't, go check out past episodes. Again, I literally, the only time that I take this watch off is to, like, sleep, literally, but I've showered with it, done everything with it, no problem. I, literally want to make love to this watch, literally.
That's nice.
It's true.
And disturbing.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm saying it anyway.
All right, well, day number 6 now in a row. If you saw the last episode, you would have seen
Guys, go check out the last episode.
Gigi Lecourt.
Gigi Lecourt!
The Dual-Matic compressor. Still have it on. As an update for you guys, it's running about 3 seconds fast a day. It's stabled
wait a minute.
out.
Call Matt and call surgery.
I know. No, actually, I told you, anywhere between, as long as it's chronometer standards, I'm fine. And it is. So we are running well with this sucker.
So, Drew, you know what I hear?
Yes.
I hear something. This is very interesting, and I could be wrong. I hear there's a big announcement coming on Friday to our watch fans.
Is there?
A very big announcement on Friday.
And who is making this announcement?
I don't know. Me?
You?
Maybe.
Good for you.
There's a big announcement coming, so should we suggest for people to tune in this weekend?
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll do another episode
Hell, I
on
may even
Saturday.
tune in. What's
on
that?
The golf. Oh, we're gonna be on the golf course on Saturday.
Big boy. You'll love when we get on a golf course because we start making fun of the people in front of us because they always play slow.
Yes,
we always get behind these friggin' Japanese and Chinese people, and I swear to God, it takes forever.
But we have no problem.
But I digress. No, we
We're not
love
racist.
No, it makes great theater. So anyway, we got some big watch episodes coming for you this week.
We have some amazing news, big episodes coming. I mean, we're gonna be blowing the roof off this mofo, literally.
Absolutely. And now back to our episode. So, yes, if you're wondering, hey, what's the difference between? You see this all the time. If any potential watch you would buy, what's the difference between a skeleton caseback and a regular caseback?
Well, let's talk about let's talk about the front first, right?
Okay.
Skeleton versus open heart. You guys have probably heard this term thrown around, maybe even seen watches like this. So skeleton watch, okay? When that's, I'll do skeleton, I'll maybe let you do open heart or whatever.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
fine.
Okay. So, and then I guess they have like partial. Actually, we'll bring up, you know what? I'm going to bring up, actually, for the skeleton. Because this will be a good.
I wish
example.
I was wearing my Rada today.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Well,
you guys have seen it before. Well, actually, no. Have you shown
skeleton, just like the human anatomy term, resembles the fact that a watch you can see from the inside out. For automatic watches, it really is a really cool thing to see because you can see all the moving parts and gears working together.
Is that yours?
That it is.
Okay.
Well, mine's in black, but yeah.
Cool.
But yes, then this is a perfect example of the Rado that I had and that Jared once had.
So guys, skeleton watch. Here's a simple definition, okay? You can see the inner workings of what's going on behind the dial.
Right.
Behind the dial, okay? So you guys see a lot of the gears, the balance spring, balance wheel, I don't know, third, fourth wheels. Sometimes you even see the crown. If you really look close and you wind the crown, you can actually see some of the gears moving depending on which watch. But this is just one example. This is actually, Drew owns this watch. Drew, do you know what model this is?
Yes, that's the Rado Centrix Skeleton Edition.
Okay.
And
by the way, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean,
absolutely
you know,
gorgeous.
I mean, now they don't really do this with quartz watches because they're not very
there's really
glamorous.
nothing to see in a quartz watch. But with skeleton automatics, the one thing that you really have a tough time in getting is features.
Yeah, like date or
Date.
anything else like that.
It's almost impossible to get even a date
Yeah.
with a skeleton watch, and that is the downside of skeleton watches in general. Because even though you can see the inner workings and the gears, and it's really cool, and everybody makes great comments, and it's a real crowd pleaser, the problem is there's really no room for them to do anything else.
So guys, this one's kind of sick. This is a Rouge Bois. It's not a very like high-end kind of watch, but this is the one where you can really you guys can see everything going on. Like if you started turning the crown, you guys would be able to see everything start moving. I mean, that is like full on skeleton. Like there's really like no interference. Like there's almost no dial to it really. And there's a lot of high-end watch manufacturers out there that actually, it's like they do like a bridge balance wheel. So it's like it looks like everything is suspended up in the air, but it's not. I'd have to get like an example of that for you guys, whatever. But
so yeah, basically skeletons, and they range from all price levels. You can get them anywhere between $30 and $300,000, depending on the brand.
Probably even more expensive. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
depending on the brand, depending on anything that you want to go by when it comes to skeleton watches. So, but basically,
like, the other company who's really like big for it is Hublot.
yes,
Like here, the Hublot, it's a big brand. Skeleton watch, even Richard Mille. I mean, you're like Drew's saying, very, very, very wide range.
Patek Philippe does a lot of skeletons. Okay, you see them with a shitload of skeletons. We saw that at the show last year. Patek Philippe had a lot, of different skeletonized watches.
Wow, absolutely, and they're beautiful.
Beautiful. You're afraid to touch them because if for God's sake you drop one of them, you're afraid the whole thing's going to fall apart. They're more sturdy than you think they are, but
it's just you can see everything with
really
them.
Is cool.
And I mean, the only drawback, like we said, you're really not unless you get something that's super high expensive. You're probably not going to be like, I'm talking spending probably what, 30,000 plus at least.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to get the date.
No. The features are just. Oh, God bless you.
Thank you. Allergy season.
Lord bless you.
So, I bet he will.
But basically, yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna let you go
that's
into the open heart. I'll let you choose.
Open heart's a little bit different.
Not as exciting, but it's the classic, elegant.
But with open heart, you can get a lot more
version.
features in because you're not using a lot of real estate on the watch dial. See, with skeletons, you use up all the real estate and showing everybody everything, so there's nothing to really put in. Here, you're only using about a third of the real estate, I would say. And for a good open heart, I mean, this is probably the most...
That's really open heart.
Yeah, it's a real open heart.
Hamilton?
Yeah, Hamilton.
Jazzmaster.
This is the Jazzmaster, very popular watch right now.
Very, very popular.
And you can see most of the dial, but really what you want to see is the heart of the movement, and that's what they really want to show you.
Now, with an open heart, you're really talking... Yeah, because I want to find like another example. With an open heart, mainly, you guys are talking about... Okay, this is actually a good example from Graf Zeppelin.
Oh, yeah, Zeppelin makes sense.
So this is the... Here, show them that. That's the open heart. What they mean by open heart is really showing you the balance wheel. That's the heart of the watch, the part that ticks. So that's what they really mean by open heart, is really exposing the balance wheel to it.
Right.
So again, skeleton, you're seeing all the bones of the watch like a human being or whatever it is. If you're going for, some sort of CAT scan, MRI, whatever it is, and you see everything. Open heart, you're just seeing the heart of the watch.
And it all depends what the watch has. There's a lot of watches, like when a tourbillon comes up, they'll say that's always an open heart.
Well,
because
that's
they're
the heart of the
always
watch.
showing the
It's the heart of the
tourbillon,
watch.
right? So, and those are very expensive. So you got to
very expensive.
I mean, open hearts can go $300,000
well,
too.
you can get a cheaper one again, but it's going to be garbage quality.
Exactly. Okay, so you got to be careful. You don't just think, well, since they're only showing 1/3 of the skeletonized piece as an open heart would, it's going to be a lot cheaper. It's not. Okay, it all depends what the watch has in it. It all depends. It's like a car. What engine is inside the
That's
car?
beautiful, actually. Here, I'm gonna let Drew do the exhibition caseback. By the way, this is an Omega, one of his favorite. I'm just gonna let him go into it.
Oh, that is
Yeah, isn't that
gorgeous.
nice?
Which one is this?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I'm
the
guessing,
Speedmaster.
I'm guessing, yeah, the Speedmaster
Okay.
probably.
Oh, wow.
whatever. It's got the manual one.
Yeah, so we're just talking about skeletonized watches from the front. Now, if you want to look at them from the back, that's a whole different feature.
I almost
and
think that the back is more beautiful than the front.
Sometimes you're right. Sometimes you're right. And the most common type of case back is what you would see from our
Oh,
watches.
wait, I was gonna say, do you have it on yours?
Actually, I don't. What this one has...
Oh, so wait, hold on. So we're gonna save this for a little bit.
Yep. Okay,
Don't show
we're
it
going to
yet.
get that in a second. But this is a skeletonized
Now,
case back.
this is probably one of the most famous exhibition casebacks. This is the Omega Speedmaster Manual Wind. This is the original moon watch, they call it. And as you guys can see, it's exhibition. You can see everything that's going on. That's what exhibition means.
And it's really cool because what exhibition basically means is instead of giving you a stainless steel back, I'm going to give you a glass back. It's kind of like a glass bottom boat. And if that's a good analogy, because basically what they're saying is, I'm just going to give you a glass bottom boat, and we're going to let you see what's inside the watch from that. And the bad things about case exhibition backs is the fact that they're usually not as water resistant as a stainless steel back would be. Technically, you'll have some that are 5 ATM, 10 ATM, but they're technically, because again,
They're
you're
not
dealing
sealed,
with crystal
right?
or glass,
They're not
and they're
sealed
not
the
going to
same
seal
way.
correctly as stainless steel could screw
Now,
in.
most people also ask the question, why do you need an exhibition caseback? You're not looking at the back of a watch, you're telling the time from the front.
You
Listen,
don't. It's just cool.
It's a romantic
Exactly.
thing. Do people need to have a $2,000 automatic watch? No, but it's something that they want. It's beautiful. It's something that's very, very kind of different.
Most case backs you're going to run into.
Oh, here, wait. I want to. This is probably one of the most famous Breitling, of course.
Okay, which I have.
So Breitlings, for the most part, I don't think I've really ever seen an open caseback
From a Breitling? No.
Breitling. The reason why they have all casebacks, you guys can maybe see this on here, but it says, I think it's one. Let me just double check here. It says, okay, so 100 meters. Breitlings are some of the most sealed watches in the industry. They are pilots' watches. Actually, I'm sorry, I should mention this too. Rolex, too. They don't really do exhibition casebacks.
They have one or two.
Yeah, but for the most part, they're closed.
Yes. That's
So
right.
so Breitling, and then actually, you know what? Let's bring up Rolex, because that's a that's actually the most famous closed caseback. And Drew's going to show you guys his as
Here's
well.
the Dualmatic, okay, and that JLC again doesn't do a lot of exhibition case backs
Okay,
because
so
again
this
they
is
want
like on
that
a
water
Datejust
resistance
or whatever it is. But again, this is Rolex. It's like the most famous case back just
Correct.
about in the industry, and they're known for closing it up. And again, the reason why Rolex, especially Breitling, whatever does it, it gives you the highest level of guaranteed water resistance, because it's harder to access the case back.
There's another reason why, and that people don't think of, and Bulgari and Breitling do it best out of both brands. And do you know why? Because if you have an exhibition case back, you have limited amount of options how you can design that case back. If you have a steel case back, you can design it every way you want and then make your own tool to have the only tool to open it so you can service it.
True.
That's the thing that people don't think of. Especially with automatic watches, you get screwed when you go with Bulgari or Breitling because you can't open them without their special tool, which costs you several $100s to get, as I've showed you in previous episodes.
Unless you go to esslinger.com.
That's correct, and they actually have that for you. But the problem is, if you don't have those tools, you can't open it.
You got to take it to them, the watch.
And they will
whatever
charge
it
you
is.
several $100s just to service it. Yep.
Just to open it.
And you with exhibition case backs, you can't do that. You can only have a certain few types because they have to be done in a certain way, because most exhibition case backs can either be
By the
screwed
way,
off.
Speaking
and
of
wouldn't
servicing, I
matter.
actually want to do a little bit of a plug here. He probably won't watch, but whatever it is. If you guys don't know Federico Iosa, all right, he did his last video that he did, YouTube Federico Talks Watches. Do you know Federico
Yes,
at all?
I do.
Okay.
He's actually hit us up a couple times.
Oh, yeah, hit us up. All right. So anyways, I want to give a big shout out to him because he made a cool video. This is just a good way just to kind of like exit out of the video a little bit. So he did a recent episode on servicing costs and what it costs per tier, per watch. I suggest you guys go check out the video in case, because this is one of the biggest questions that most people ask just in general, not only to us but anywhere else. Should I service my watch? How much will it cost? And I don't know what to do with it. Listen, guys, there's not a lot of people out there who will service a watch the right way. And I mean the right way. I read so many articles about this, and people are like, oh, should I do the hand? Should I do the crystal?
We're gonna do our own servicing video in terms of what we recommend.
Let's just be clear here.
Yeah.
Okay? Your watch does not need a servicing until it starts acting up or something happens to it. Okay? If it's 80 years old and it still looks as original and still runs pretty good, why would you open it?
If it's not broke, don't fix it rule. It's the old cliche that
Right?
keeps giving. Yep.
Why? I mean, guys, listen. If your hands fall off or something happens to the dial or something gets damaged inside or your crystal gets completely cracked, I get it. Or if your watch is running like literally 2 minutes faster, slow a day. Okay, I get that. In general, or you know, once in a while, if you do want to take the watch around water, you're gonna have to pressure test it.
Yep.
Just to be safe. But other than that, listen, I want to give a shout out to Federico Iosa. Guys, go check out his YouTube videos. Federico Talks Watches. He also has his own cool watch store, Delray Watch Supply. I'll give him a plug here for that one. I know he does it on his own videos. His videos are among some of the best. I follow him. I also follow little Theon Harris too, Christian over there. I know he's kind of like a Jersey boy like we are. But again, they're great videos, and these guys have so much expertise and knowledge in the areas that they do. But in case you guys are wondering, just speaking of servicing, go check out his video. It just was, and again, it's actually not a bad idea. If you guys have a watch you need to send in, you guys could always let us know because we have the connections with watches. But also check out Federico. I think that he's fairly priced. I think that your guy Sergio does it for about $100 less than his base price. But you know, sometimes you get what you pay for. And then, guys, also now I have a question for you. You still have your JLC up on eBay, correct?
Yes, I do.
So, guys, listen. If you have a chance, go onto eBay and check out Drew's listing. Do you know what the listing is under or anything like
It's
that?
under the JLC Geographic. You'd have to search blue.
Okay.
Because
so
it's
JLC Geographic Blue. Guys, listen. There's only one of them in the world and on the market. I know there's a slight tweaking to it that needs to be done, but regardless, it is probably one of the most beautiful watches that you've ever owned. He completely customized it. It's a great watch. He only sold it because he really wanted to get this one instead. And I don't blame him. It's a beautiful piece. But guys, go check out his listing, JLC Geophysic Blue. Geographic, I'm sorry, Geographic Blue. And it is a world timer, correct?
It is a world timer.
It's a world timer. So guys, go check that out. Anyway, so like I said, don't forget, okay? You guys are going to want to tune in at some point this weekend or whenever we do the videos. You better like and you better subscribe because there's going to be a lot of news dropped this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of news.
We're going to have a hell of a weekend coming up.
We're going to be, let's see, at Wasabi Friday night, but why? I don't know. But we're going to be at Wasabi Friday night. We're going to be playing a little golf on Saturday. And we're probably going to be playing a little poker Saturday night,
right.
too.
So I'm sure we're going to be making an episode within that time frame. And keep in mind,
At
guys,
least one.
we're just over 2 months away from LBI.
Yes.
This stuff comes
Oh,
up
wait a
quickly.
minute. We may be joining you
Yes,
guys
I
down
think
there.
you will be. And so we're just over 2 months from that wonderful
By the way, that's going to
adventure.
be sick.
Oh, it is.
That's going to be, like, I hope we get nice weather.
Oh, I hope so, too.
And by the way, we're going to have a lot of special guests, I think, during that weekend.
Yes, everybody's coming down.
We're going to have, like, literally everyone on. So, guys, seriously. And you guys could see us, like, you know, bare bones a little bit. You
Absolutely.
know, we got our beach bods going. Our wives are going, oh, no. We're like, yeah, baby. So, guys, listen.
We don't know you.
they do know us and they love us. So, anyways, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, send us messages, comment below, thumbs up, all that good stuff.
Did you just say blow?
No?
Yes, you did. You said
You said
blow.
comment blow?
Comment below.
You just said blow.
We have to rewind that.
Oh, no.
She
I know
heard
what-
that and he...
Yes, you said
You
blow.
said blow.
You said
wanna
comment
blow?
blow.
Remind it.
Comment below.
Comment below. Yes. No, that makes
B.
more sense.
B-E.
As he
Bro.
unzips his pants. Thanks, guys. And, guys, stay tuned for
I'm
next
gonna get in so
episode.
much trouble.
Yep. We better end this here or it's going to get way too geographic for us.
Anyways,
Okay. Anyway, thanks, guys. And we'll see you on another episode of
It's About Time.